Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of season 3 in the Inter Milan career mode series here on FIFA 19. We started the last episode with some good results in Serie A, and today we'll be continuing on with Serie A and also starting our Champions League campaign for the season. We've Manchester United in our Champions League group, as well as CSKA Moscow and Ajax. So it's not going to be easy at all, but it's certainly a group I think we can get ourselves out of. With Sampdoria and CSKA to start off with, I'm probably going to sim both of those, then play Lazio at home, AC Milan and Manchester United as the final 3 games of the episode. So hopefully we can get some decent results. We're 3 wins from 3 in Serie A so far this season. Currently sat top of the table, but level with Juventus, who of course are going to give up that easily. Unfortunately, Memphis Depay's picked up a knock there after 7 minutes. Hopefully he's alright long term and isn't going to be injured for any particular period of time. Could certainly do with my best players staying fit for the whole season. We lost a couple of players through injury last year, and it didn't necessarily have a massive effect on the way that our season went, but it certainly didn't help. But looks like we're going to get a draw here against Sampdoria, and indeed we do. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to ensure you don't miss out on any more of this series. This is going to be the last season here at Inter before we start a new series somewhere else, probably a longer term series. But we've sold us enough shirts already, and Memphis is up for 7 days. That's manageable. Go away, copyright. I hate how it does that every single season. Like, go away with your copywritten music, please. Don't need that when making content. CSKA Moscow up next. We'll play with the rotated side. Annoyingly, it hasn't quite sorted them out as I intended. There we go. When I first changed the formation, everybody was in the right place. You back out, and then it puts them in different positions, which is not annoying. But as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, making the rotation side a 4-2-3-1 now, because we can play Nangolan a little bit more forward, and it means that this reserve side should be slightly more attack-minded. We should be able to get some better results with it, although obviously being away from home, simulations in FIFA are the way that they are. So 1-0 down after 2 minutes, thanks to Shenikov. He got himself booked 14 minutes later, but if we can at least get a point from this game, then that would be enough for me. I'll be happy enough with that. I'll be sure to play the majority of the Champions League games this season. It just so happens that we've Manchester United and AC Milan and Lazio in the remaining games of the month. Otherwise, I would have played this one and simulated the Lazio game at home. But Lazio is a game that I'd really like to play in Serie A. So we'll take the defeat from the first game in the Champions League, but not be too disheartened by it. We'll now go and face Lazio here in the Serie A, and then hopefully we can get a win there, a win against Man United, and also a win against AC Milan, and hopefully get ourselves back to the top of Serie A and also back into contention in the Champions League. I believe the last I saw was Manchester United 2, Ajax 0, so it looks like United will be top of the group. Frenkie de Jong has grown to 88 rated. We've noticed that. Samuel Umtiti is up to 91, and Alexander Arnold is up to 84. And Lafont is up to 86. So some growth throughout our team, which is good news. Means that the side is certainly going to be improving for the foreseeable future. To be fair, Teo can play on the right, can't he? Let's move Teo to the right, and then we'll put Jordan Lukaku on the left. And at the back, Acerbi for an ageing David Luiz, probably an ageing tired David Luiz. Tricosha, anyone else can go in the midfield? No, right. So Lazio going to be that strong. We will be at full strength as well, and we'll see what we can do. Here's Rabiot. I'll look for Frenkie first. Nicola Pepe's on the run. That's a beautiful ball over two, and it will land just at his feet. What a ball. We'll whip this towards the back post. Where Memphis is waiting, Acerbi wins the header. Alex Telles will get to this first. Knock that down to Frenkie de Jong. Maybe he could have a shot of his own. He got the space to try and work the chance. Bruno Fernandes backs in, gets his shot away, but it's well blocked by the defender. Negestein will clear the ball away. Win that header, please. Should have done better there, to be honest. Milan Skriniar. Expect better of you in aerial situations like that. And Titi now trying to close down Immobile and does brilliantly to win the ball back off him. End to end so far in the opening 15 minutes, but no clear-cut chances for either side. We shall try and change that now as we break here with Lautaro Martinez. And I've got two people pushing forward. Nicola Pepe is here. Frenkie de Jong is there. Bruno Fernandes could be around that corner, but Jordan Lukaku has the ability to turn and the pace to get away, to accelerate, to ensure that we don't get the chance on goal. But again, we could look for Bruno Fernandes here. Get this out to Memphis. Drive towards the middle, pull that back, and take a corner. Oof. Could have even pushed the keeper across the line there. Biggest time. Also to Luis Alberto. Immobile hit that cans off Skriniar. It will fall for Jordan Lukaku. And if Alex Telles hadn't tracked across from left back, it would have been a simple tap-in for the Lazio man there. Bruno Fernandes will find Nicola Pepe. He's going to have the pace to get past Glick. I'd like to think 90 plus acceleration, 90 plus sprint speed, but Kamil Glick doesn't care about how slow he is. Just going to somehow find the acceleration to stay with him. Rabiot poked that forward to Fernandes just before he gets tackled. Go back to Rabiot. There's Frenkie de Jong around the corner to Lautaro Martinez. Hit it early, but deflected off the defender's legs and comfortable for Strakosha. 0-0 after half an hour here. But we are growing in confidence. And the chances are starting to come. And another one could arrive here. Nicola Pepe! Really, really good save from Strakosha. We'll try and drill this hard and low towards the near post, where Sergej Milinkovic-Savic can head it away. Titi to Trent. Bruno Fernandes just dropped away there, and Rabiot's in a bit of space. We'll time the pass to Lautaro Martinez and play it at the right time, and he's turned brilliantly. Lautaro, oh, you've got to finish that. You have to. There's no excuse for getting underneath that like that. Didn't put too much power on it. It's a lovely turn, but he skied it. Awful finish from Lautaro Martinez. That should be 1-0. Lukaku. Lovely ball down the line. Luis Alberto is in behind here. Skriniar can't cope with the pace, and Lafont makes the save. It's not safe, though. Marasic keeps it in. Will take the corner. They will. Lazio with the opportunity from a set piece to take the lead before half-time. It's a decent delivery by Jordan Lukaku, and Kamil Glick gets the header in. But Albert Lafont right behind it. Oh, that was nervy, wasn't it? Very nearly scoring at one end, but skied it. They get there. Oh, hang on. He's Jordan Lukaku in behind. A mistake from Inter Milan, and not punished. Goal kick. Savic, big clearance. Trent needs to challenge for this. Does brilliantly. Nicola Pepe bring that down. Forward there into Bruno Fernandes. Go back to Nicola Pepe. Martinez made a run, then changed his mind, then changed his mind again. And it's kind of hard to dictate which way you want to go with a pass when an attacker does that. But thankfully, Bruno Fernandes is in the right place at the right time. He made the right run and the right turn. And with 16 minutes to go, we finally get ourselves in front in this game. Just occurred to me that I forgot to change Trent Alexander-Arnold's number, so I'll do that after this game. Apologies. But moving forward, we should be getting 3 points here now. Not long to go in the game, and at last the goal has gone in. This ball over the top, challenge for that. Oh, it's going to drop to Immobile. Well held by Lafont. Yeah, literally was about to say the exact same thing as Martin Tyler there. Great hands from Albon Lafont. Really, really good save. Clung onto that like his life depended on it. Our lead certainly did. Bruno Fernandes around the corner there to Nicola Pepe. Delayed with the cross, and that allowed the defenders time to get back. Rabiot scored an absolute cracker for us on his left foot yesterday, and not able on this occasion to replicate it, but it did take a deflection in yesterday's episode to give us that. But Nicola Pepe might be able to punish them here. Does find Bruno Fernandes, but that didn't quite go as intended. Frenkie de Jong! Comfortable enough for Strakosha. 5 minutes to go. Still the 1-0 lead. Not able to punish Lazio for their mistake there. Will that cost us? On the flip side. Oh, shit's down the line there to Lucas. Eggestein. Lucas just gets past the challenge of Alex Telles, and Lucas Leiva whips the ball into the middle. And Luis Alberto wins the header as he sits the outside of the post. Caramo not strong enough there in the middle. Bundled over. And Luis Alberto is a matter of centimetres away from earning Lazio a point here at San Siro. That was ridiculous. In the 91st minute, practically the last kick of the game, but thankfully for us it didn't go in. Thankfully for Caramo, after making that mistake, it didn't go in. Brozovic tries to turn his side, swings in thin air, but doesn't matter. There's the 1-0 victory. We'll take it. 3 points into the bag for Serie A. Thank you very much. Juventus win again. Shock. Oh, apologies for the yawn. Right, let's go change Trent Alexander-Arnold's number, shall we? And then we'll go and play Manchester United. AC Milan's starting 11 is strong again. Very, very good side. That starting 11 is particularly impressive. However, it was just as good last time we played them at the back end of last season, and they weren't very good. We came away with a comfortable victory. I'd be delighted if we can do that again, but I have a funny feeling it's not going to be as easy this time around. Andre Silva to Samu Castillejo. Try and run the outside. Pepe's with him. Decent delivery, but Skriniar, yes, does deal with it. But for a moment, we've given it straight back to them. They're in a dangerous position. Here's Nicola Pepe up against Bruno Fernandes. I just said Bruno Fernandes in commentary, and it caught me out. Up against Ricardo Rodriguez at wing back. Oh, what a touch from Trent Alexander-Arnold. The delivery's decent too. Florenzi, oh, if Martinez had stayed on his feet, Alessandro Florenzi headed that straight to me. I can't believe we haven't been able to get ourselves 1-0 up there. That's going to kindly drop for Nicola Pepe. We'll have another throw in here. And apparently we won't. That's their ball. All right, Nicola Pepe will run into it. Still can't get hold of it. Oh, dearie me. Bit of a hectic opening 10 minutes, but no goals yet. Here's Ricardo Rodriguez. Back to Samu Castillejo. Been minimal efforts on goal in this game so far, but we might be about to get one from AC Milan here. Alwar to Samu Castillejo. It's not the best of passes. Hasn't helped him out there. Alwar back to Castillejo again. I'm trying to keep Castillejo off his left and Alwar off his right. We did well enough with the first, but not with the second. Can Pepe keep that in? He can't, but he will earn us a throw. Will we find ourselves going in front, or even having a chance to go in front, before the end of this first period? Rabiot, forward there to Lautaro Martinez. Bruno Fernandes is making a good move, but Romagnoli cuts that out well. Not sure how many chances on goal there have actually been in this first half. One shot so far. One shot. Really gutsy midfield battle from both sides. Everyone's getting stuck in, and as such, no one can create anything against the other. Rabiot. Said to Bruno Fernandes, back to Frenkie de Jong. Trent will go down the line here looking for Nicola Pepe. It's a lovely ball. I need to find the right pass though, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to if I cross it in. Starting to become very, very reluctant to cross the football. That's a lovely pass. That's a great goal. Memphis finishes well. Barely anything happening in the first half, but in the second half, 4 minutes played, and we have ourselves a goal. Great movement from Memphis Depay there, and a tidy left-footed finish as well. Genuinely our first shot of the game, and our first goal too. Now to Castillejo into Alwar again. AC Milan looking for an instant response. Rodri through to Suso, back to Andre Silva. They're building well here. Paqueta with a heavy touch, and the shot straight at Lafont. It was a really good move until Paqueta's heavy touch, and that kind of ruined their chances there. He could have played a lovely through ball if he'd found the right touch at the right time. Unfortunately for him, he didn't. And thankfully for us, we survive. It's a lovely run by Bruno Fernandes. Not the pass I was after there from Memphis Depay, but it's the pass that the game gave me. Lovely turn by Frenkie de Jong, but Alwar's got the pace to get to the ball ahead of him. Samu Castillejo will have his work cut out trying to get past Trent Alexander-Arnold with pace, though, because pretty damn fast is the young Englishman. Bruno Fernandes looking there for Rabiot. Could duck back and has done so well. He's Frenkie de Jong. Paqueta gets a foot in this time. That is basically what happened in the entirety of the first half. It just so happens that, thankfully, we caught AC Milan napping at the beginning of the first... in the first few moments of this second half, but for now it's still 1-0 and we still await more chances on goal. Very, very close encounter though, and to be fair, it's much better than the last time we played AC Milan, because that was just a walkover. This has been a real challenge. Thankfully, Samuel Umtiti was in the way there. Samu Castillejo off for Hakan Calhanoglu, and Umtiti heads away as well. Great defensive work from him. Been rock solid for us since he came in from Barcelona. A stunning signing to add to our defensive talents. Thank you for the suggestion. He's already grown to 91 since he's been here as well, as if a 90 rated centre-back edition wasn't good enough already. Here's Suso, dinks that in, and again Umtiti's the man in the right place at the right time to get rid of it. We're kind of riding a wave here at the minute though, and riding out a wave at the minute rather than riding it, and hopefully we'll be able to survive and it won't wipe us out. Rodri, Paqueta to Florenzi. Still they build here, AC Milan. Great possession play throughout the game, and they're patient. They're not just playing risky passes for the sake of playing risky passes. Playing the ball about. They can't get through going forward. They go sideways or backwards. Eventually another chance will build. And I just have to hope that when they try and play that killer pass, I can be in the way of it. But it still comes forward here. Would be the most remarkable goal if they finish it off. But thankfully, Alwyn Lafont is in the way. De Jong. Jose to Nicola Pepe. Spins well round the corner to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's driving forward here. Pull that inside. Here's Bruno Fernandes to finish the game off with a wild left-footed hit that goes a long way wide. 8 minutes to go. The Ruben Neves coming on for Aouar. Certainly capable of creating a moment of magic, Ruben Neves. So we're going to have to keep an eye on him from their midfield. But we've dealt with them so far. So we shall continue to try and do that between now and the end. And guarantee ourselves another set of 3 points here this season in Serie A. We're going to have to be at our very best for the entire season to stand a chance of stopping Juventus from winning the league again. We got 87 points last year and finished second. Pretty ridiculous how many points you need to get these days to win a league. Just look at the Premier League this season. In real life, absolutely ridiculous that Liverpool could get as many points as they potentially could and still not win the league. Really, really unreal. The quality at the top clubs in European football is just outrageous these days. And the gap between the top and the bottom clubs just gets wider and wider. But we are at one of... Oh, it's going to try and play Lautaro Martinez through. The gap at the top of the tables and bottom of the tables just gets wider and wider. But thankfully, we're at one of the top clubs. So we'll be happy enough with taking 3 points from that game and staying, hopefully, as one of the group of top clubs in the league. And maybe even closing the gap on Juventus and going top of the table again. Up next for us, though, in the third and final game of the episode will be Manchester United at home, maybe? It might even be away. Are we going to start with 2 away games in the Champions League? No, it's Manchester United at home. Now, we know how good Manchester United can be in the latter stages of a career mode. Thanks to the Achieve and Leave series. They can play in their home kit. That's not going to be a problem. Not sure what their side is going to look like, though. Very narrow formation. Lukaku and Rashford. Lingard at Cam. Pogba, Fred, Herrera. Any better midfielders there? Matic? No, not really. Asamoah at left back, as good as they can get. Lindelof and Smalling in the middle, as good as they can get. Almeida at right back, as good as they can get. Really weak defensive line. And to be fair, their midfield, that's not a spectacular team, is it, for Manchester United? Martial is there in the fringes, as is Ivan Perisic, but not really suited to the formation. That's such an average team for Manchester United. Really, really not very good at all. No wonder they're not doing that well in real life right now. Right, third and final game. Let's go and beat Man United, shall we? To Fernandes. Martinez. Around the corner to Nicola Pepe. Dream start this would be. Up against our former player in Quadrado Samoa. It is a dream start. Brilliant finish from Nicola Pepe, cutting in on that left foot. He's just gotten better and better since we bought him. He's got like 88 finishing, I think. Really nice finish. Quadrado Samoa can't cope with the pace, all the agility and balance, and then he's just whipped it. We mentioned and highlighted their weak defensive line as we were on our way into the game. And, well, it's cost them early doors here, Manchester United. Do have another former Inter Milan player on the bench in Ivan Perisic. He might be able to have a part to play at the other end of the field, but Quadrado Samoa at left back is certainly not good enough for this level. That's why we sold him in the first place. Memphis. Lautaro could get in here, and if he's onside, it could be 2 early doors as well, and he's onside. And it is to be 2. De Gea tries his best. Man United falling apart. Terrible defensive line there. When Lautaro was on the shoulder, they should have just all held for a pace, just to let the Argentine run offside. Don't need to step to play an offside trap, but there's no communication across the defensive line there. And Martinez is away. It's 2-0 inside the opening 12 minutes. Cheers, then. Good header by Lukaku to knock that down to Fred. One area where I'm not really too sure if I can compete, even with Titi and Skriniar at the back. Lukaku is such a dominant force aerially. But, again, utilising the space in behind. Quadrado Samoa, Nicola Pepe will cut back, look for a teammate who was waiting for it. Memphis tries to find a teammate as well. Frenkie de Jong, find Rabiot. He's a long way out, but yeah, not quite close enough. If that had flown in, I might have exploded. I think I almost did anyway. Or did they take a deflection off the knee there? Almost. Lingard forward to Almeida. Lukaku, well hit, well saved. That was destined for the top corner. Alban Lafont happy with himself there. Understandably so. Where will Pogba put the corner? Might look for Lukaku. He's looked for Rashford, and it's Nicola Pepe that heads the ball away. Herrera recycles possession, and they'll try and get themselves another opportunity here. But Pogba's tackled by Pepe, who's doing the defensive dirty work again. And looking to get away here. I'm going to try and look for Pepe again. It's well blocked by Ander Herrera, and still Manchester United will cause a threat. Nicola Pepe not able to get back defensively this time. Although he might still have a part to play. No, Ander Herrera. Forward looking for Lukaku. Decent delivery. Rashford was there, decided not to gamble for it. And Alex Telles hacks it away. Almeida with the throw. Back there to Rashford. Here's Ander Herrera. He crosses looking for Lukaku, but Umtiti heads away. They're trying the hardest here, Man United. They've had a good spell of possession and a decent chance on occasion to try and score a goal, but they cannot seem to find that final opportunity, resulting to that long shot from Lukaku, and elsewhere they haven't been able to create something from open play, having to rely on set pieces to try and cut us open. We're dealing with them well so far. When we went 2-0 up very, very early on, I was slightly concerned it was going to be a bit of a walkover. They have firmed up defensively, but if we can get 3 or a third before the end, then I think that might be game over. But unfortunately, that was too simple for David De Gea. Forward there, looking for Lukaku, trying to outmuscle him, and Skriniar does really well. Until the pass, that is. Almeida down the line to Romelu, and somehow that squeezed through the defender's legs. We're getting pinned in our own box again, as we did at the end of the first half. I'm not keen on this. Really not keen. Rashford. Oh, Rashford! Unbelievable! What a goal from Marcus Rashford to bring Manchester United one back and get them back in the game. A very FIFA goal. You see a lot of those online where players chip it up to themselves, but it's very, very rare that you see it in Carimo done by the AI. That's outrageous from Marcus Rashford. Stunning goal. Oh, and just fingertips to it, Lafont, but couldn't quite keep it out. 2-1. Manchester United are not done yet. That was perhaps a Puskás Award winning, or Puskás nominee at least, level of goal there from Marcus Rashford. We'll wait and see if we can get ourselves another, but not from Frenkie de Jong. Rashford spins one way then the other. Nice ball to Lingard. There's Lukaku. I don't like this at all. Alban Lafont with a save. Fred with a follow-up. Lafont's there for the double save. And breathe. God, dearie me. Manchester United really going for it in this second half. Oh, I wanted to play that forward to Memphis. Frenkie de Jong will look for his fellow Dutch teammate, who brings it down really nicely, and I'll whip it into the middle. Pepe could get there to knock it down. Pepe to Bruno Fernandes, looking for Pepe again. It was an attempted shot from Bruno, but just barely got any connection on it, and it almost fell kindly for the Ivorian, but not able to get to the loose ball. Lautaro Martinez. It's a good run by Memphis. Oh, but I can't squeeze it through to him. A matter of fine margins here. A couple of centimetres here and there between a perfectly timed through ball and an opportunity on goal, or expert defending. United defending for their lives now. They've certainly raised their game from the opening 15 minutes, and they've certainly raised their game offensively as well. Rashford trying it for a second time and hits the post. Oh my God, if he'd have done it twice in one game, I might have just rage quit. Oh, we've seen the back of him, but it's an 88 rated Anthony Martial that's coming on in his place, so things aren't going to get any easier. Oh, and Herrera back there to Almeida. In looking for Lukaku, de Jong with a header, and behind for a corner. Imagine if Rashford had done that twice in one game. Oh, Pogba to deliver the ball into the middle. Can Pepe get to that? No. Asamoah, don't fall over him. He has done, and no foul is given. I was nervy there, I'll be honest. Pepe battling hard, trying to pass the ball forward, but couldn't get it out of his feet. Here is Martial now, having his first impacts on the game. And Rabiot can't get it off him. He's going to find Fred! And that's over the bar. Put down by Lukaku. Away by Trent Alexander-Arnold. No nonsense from the former Liverpool man. Playing against his biggest rivals. And we get the victory. And he celebrated with a double fist pump there, Trent Alexander-Arnold. You can see what it meant to him. Brilliant start to the game for us. And in the end, that's what won him. At the time the final reckoning came, no game played in the other part of our group. Ajax and CSKA Moscow not yet got across the line, so it'll be Palermo to start us off in the next episode. We are 2 points behind Juventus, Sassuolo 3 points behind us. Atalanta a further 3 points back from there. And AC Milan have really fallen away now, dropping down to 12th. They were challenging in the top 4 not long ago. Only 2 remaining undefeated sides. Juventus have started with 6 wins from 6, which is absolutely brilliant. Of course they would. Do we play them next month? No. Will it be November? No. Is it December? When do we play Juventus? Play Juventus in January and February, so they'll be crucial months for us, all things considered. But for now, we're going to be happy with how things went today. Could have done with a win against Sampdoria, but we won't be too disheartened. Quite happy with 16 points from a potential 18 to start the Serie A season, and now that we've recovered from a defeat against CSK Moscow to get 3 points in the Champions League, I could be pleased and happy that we can push forward and get ourselves out of the group in that competition as well. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you sub so you don't miss the latter episodes of this series later in the week, and I'll see you next time.